You're very pretty. Hi, Jeremy. It's Dave and Camille.
Hi.
We got your message on Facebook, and we took a look at your squat video. And what we're gonna do is give you click on your video on YouTube right now. We're gonna take a look at a couple things, starting with just your setup. I think that it's possible you might want to think about going a little wider with your feet. Again, it's kind of hard for me to tell how wide you are. But just looking at that and the distance that you're traveling up and down, it looks like you might be a little bit narrow. And the width of your feet is going to be dependent on what?
When your knee rolling.
When the knees start caving in. So we want you to go as wide as you can possibly go without letting those knees cave in. Actively pushing those knees out as hard as you can so that you're really able to torque your hamstring and create room for your femur to move down. And we're going to go to your last set here, 300 for 5. I'm going to turn the volume down on this. Really good, Jeremy. You do a really nice job hip initiating. And why do we like to hip initiate?
Because it engages your hamstring and your posterior chain.
Exactly. So you got good engagement in your posterior chain on the way down. Again, I can't really see what's going on with the knees, but I think maybe a little wider and push them out harder.
You want to talk about that?
Your lumbar curve looks excellent, but we actually pointed something out. It looks like you're arching very hard and maybe getting a little loose in the front side of the belly. So when we're squatting, we don't just want you to lumbar curve, but we want you to very hard brace that spine, meaning crunch your abs down. Like if I was going to pop you in the belly, you really need to lock that thing down. And what I see is a lot of anterior rotation of the pelvis forward and maybe a little loose in the belly, right?
Yep.
Do you see anything else, Cam?
No, I think that's the main thing right now.
Yeah.
In the quarter squat.
In the quarter squat. As you reach depth here, now you're at the bottom of your squat. You just let go a little bit with the hamstrings, and you can see the knees come forward and the force be reverted a little bit more towards the quads. It's hamstring strength and hamstring flexibility. I think you're very flexible. I think it might just be like a strengthening thing. Some things you can do to kind of work on that is you can just do box squats and to practice sitting back as far as you can to the point where it was almost a safety net, as if you could fall back and it would be okay. That would be a good drill for you. So some basic hamstring strengthening things, glute ham raises.
Good morning.
Good mornings would be fantastic. That's a real good one. A little bit more hamstring strength and flexibility. And also going wider might change that as well. Because it widens your base, so now you're not having to go down as long a distance. The ascent out of the bottom of the squat, excellent coming out of the bottom. And what I like about it is, number one, I'm looking at your feet, and I can see your toes start to rise, and you're starting to get some good hip drive, meaning you're leading back out of the bottom of the squat, driving up with the backside. So just do a little quarter squat for me, because you can see it pretty good. We'll see. That's it, right there. So come down. So this part of your back is driving up, which is excellent. Because that's what you want. You get your posterior chain engaged. Just grab Cam's butt. But that's excellent because now it's not a quad-driven movement, and you can see those knees start to drive back, your hips start to rise, and your chest rises with your hips, which is excellent. At the bottom, you reverted a little bit to the quads. And again, box squats, getting wider, working on just sitting back as far as you possibly can. It also depends on what kind of squat you're doing. It looks like you're doing a low bar squat in this series. That's more of a powerlifting squat, so go a little bit wider with that. Biggest thing, I would say, keep that belly tight.
Yeah.
And really push those knees out. But nice squats, Jeremy. Thanks for the video. And any guys out there that want critique on your squats or your movement, go ahead and send it over to me, Dave at Facebook. Dave Lipson on Facebook. Or you can even send it to Camille, and we'll do a little joint critique. Thanks a lot, Jeremy, and good luck with all that stuff.